Are you ready, Samuel?
Not yet. No, hold on.
So you just ate breakfast? What'd you eat for breakfast?
I had Einstein's bagel.
I don't know what that is.
What?
Einstein's bagel?
Yeah, it's called Einstein Bagels. It's a bagel shop. They do like breakfast sandwiches, but with bagels. So like I got an everything bagel with 2 eggs, bacon, cheddar cheese. It's really good.
They have a few in Seattle. Maybe I'll go one day.
You should. Maybe we can go together someday.
Oh, that'd be so cute. It'd be like a date.
It would be.
Guess what I had for breakfast?
What did you have for breakfast?
I had a few Oreos and a glass of milk for breakfast.
Man, you really are living the best life.
Yeah, I know. Okay, you do have my stream open.
I do have your stream open, yes.
So that means I can tackle the first point on the follow-up, which is that last episode you said I should have the Twitch chat on the video for when I export it to YouTube.
Are you just going to export the whole VOD then?
Yep.
That's big brain as fuck.
So that should be pretty cool.
So YouTube and Twitch are going to be like the unedited raw podcast, and then we'll upload like the nice edited one.
No, no. YouTube is still going to be cut, like audio, yeah. And then like the chat will just have to be like skipped, you know?
How close are you to finishing up the cutting of the first episode?
Oh man. Yeah, we are recording this before I finished the last episode. I was just kind of busy this last week. It is almost done. So I do have a bit of time today. So maybe I should finish it today.
All right. I'm trying to get a bunch of stuff done today too, so trying to be productive on my day off here. Good old President's Day, celebrating our presidents.
Yo, that is why I picked this image, is because I don't have school today either. So, you know, it's just a day of relaxation in a messy room. My room is pretty messy right now.
My house is exceptionally messy right now. It has been a war of attrition, and I have been losing.
I'll clean my room and then just the next day it's dirty again. I have to stay organized.
That's what it feels like. I feel like, well, I think I can usually make it 3 to 4 days where everything's the same. And then there's usually one event like going out to eat or like we like go shopping. And so then we leave like one thing out. And then once one thing is left out, then it's like, oh, well, I might as well leave other things out. And the house just instantly degrades.
I'm really into just putting things in the same place every time. So usually I'm pretty organized and clean. But like laundry always fucks me over. I have laundry baskets of clothes or whatever.
Yeah, laundry does actually always cause me troubles as well.
Previously, I don't know if it was in an episode or not, but you were talking about how you downsized your wardrobe, and I really need
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah, downsizing my wardrobe is like the best decision I ever made.
Man, I have so many clothes I don't wear.
Yeah, I actually still have clothes I don't wear, which I should just get rid of. But I now am down to about, I think I have 8 dress shirts that are like button up shirts I wear every day, and 2 pairs of jeans,
It sounds
and
so
like a
nice.
million socks and underwear because like I'm never going to downsize that. I'd rather just have extra.
Was that your cat meowing?
That was my cat meowing.
Which cat was that?
That was Hobbs.
Hobbs? You should just post a picture of Hobbs in Twitch chat.
I don't know how to do that.
I think you have to upload it with an external link or something.
Hold on, I can do this. But yeah, my cats are both awake and being very loud, so I apologize if that bleeds into my audio at all.
It's okay. What's your other cat's name?
Ella,
That's so cute.
it is pretty cute.
Do you like dogs?
I do like dogs. They just have much more maintenance costs attached to them, and it's kind of cruel to have one in an apartment complex. So
That's true. Man, I like dogs. I do eventually want to get a dog. I don't see how that's like a reasonable choice in the foreseeable future, though.
I don't know why this picture is like rotated sideways, but for some reason it always is whenever I post it. So
Whenever I take pictures with my phone and post them on Discord, they're always rotated. I don't know why.
that's a picture of Hobbs. He's the one that was meowing right there.
Nice.
All right. So what do we got here? I see you've got angry.moe. Is
Yeah.
this your turn to talk shit about Urban's websites being down right now?
Yeah, so what happened was a while ago we talked about Urban's websites because you were talking about your domain names, and he owns
Yeah.
smug.moe, and we just could not place that second website that he owns that we both knew. And I finally remembered it was angry.moe.
Angry.moe.
And then
it definitely was.
when I tried to go there last night, both of his websites are down. So we can't even shill for him.
I know. Wouldn't it be nice if you all could go and look at angry.moe?
Maybe I'll just post the YouTube video because it's just the YouTube video looped. So I'm just gonna post the angry.
It's looped. It's literally just that. The same thing is like the smug.moe is literally just an Emger album of smug faces just rotated constantly.
I just had to bring it up because we couldn't remember before, but now we know.
All right, what else we got here? Kurt is number 1. Oh my god, yeah, you saw that. I pinged you with it.
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel? How does it feel?
I'm no longer the top shit poster on the server somehow, because Kurt blesses us with the artwork he finds literally 24/7 like a robot. He just doesn't stop posting. I actually had like a huge lead on people, like 100,000 experience lead on people. I don't even know what happened to it.
The crazy thing is, you and Kurt both have a crazy lead still. Like, it's not that you like lost that much. You're still like, I think 40,000 ahead of the next person, except for Kurt, who's now ahead of you.
You know what it is? He probably just rolls the max XP gain every single message. That's what happens.
That is possible. I was thinking about figuring out. There's a couple different like modifications I was thinking about making to the experience curve.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to figure out a good way of testing like what the outcome of all of these things would be, of like, okay, what's the best case scenario? What's the worst case scenario? Like, I thought about giving like different types of posts, different like experience gain.
Are you talking about on Danbo?
Yeah. So like a post, I guess it wouldn't matter with Tatsumaki. This is kind of, I got confused, but this is kind of relevant. And I was just thinking that it's interesting that the difference between the best case scenario of experience and the worst case is so huge. Like, if you do roll suboptimal XP gain every time, you're going to be very, very, very far behind.
That's so sad.
Like, if 2 people posted the exact same amount of messages and one rolled average or lower every one, and someone rolled average or higher every single one, the person who's rolling higher would be, I think, 4 or 5 levels ahead at the end of the month if they posted like 10,000 messages.
Wow. And you're gonna change the experience curve? I
don't know. I was just kind of tinkering around with the code yesterday and was just seeing what I could do.
I mean, if you're gonna change it, it has to be after a monthly reset.
Yeah. And what I was thinking about doing was possibly changing. This actually got me thinking about it, was Kurt's stuff, and thinking about whether messages with images should be weighted different than just messages.
I like Motive's idea, where you just secretly assign people terrible XP rates so they don't rank up.
I mean, how do you know I'm not doing that already, Motav?
Oh, shit.
I actually can go in and edit the database, and I've done that once before for someone. I think it was when was it? Someone like got their account locked out with 2-factor authentication, and they had to make a new account in the middle of the month. So they like lost all of their experience for that month. So I edited them back their experience.
Actually, did you see that just happened to Fave? He just lost his account and made a new one.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Maybe you should.
I could edit his experience back. Yeah, I might do that. Let me write that down. Hold on. Cool. Did you look into that anchor.fm thing that Moy was talking about? I see it here.
I kind of like the other website you posted more, Castbox.
Yeah, the big thing for me is the ownership of who owns the content that you upload.
Yeah, Castbox was pretty nice with that.
Yeah, I like that Castbox is like explicit about it. I didn't.
When I was looking at Anchor, it just looks like a mobile app that you use to create podcasts. Like that's what you use to record them and then edit them and then post them. So that's like a whole all-in-one kind of app.
Yeah, I did see that too. That you have like tools to make a podcast.
And we're mostly just looking to like publish and upload.
Yeah, we just want a way to get an RSS feed nice and easy. So I think we'll probably use Castbox. I'm pretty excited. I've been sitting here waiting for that file so I can upload the first episode.
Oh, sorry. That's my fault. Man, I'm slacking. Oh, shit.
I was all excited. I was hoping we could get it out before this so that we could talk about how cool it is that you can go and watch the first one. But that just didn't happen. So
well.
I'm not actually that upset. Like I realized we all have lives.
By the next one, we should have 2 episodes out.
Is it still like crazy snowy up there too?
No, it's been melting. Snowpocalypse has ended. I believe it is forecasted on tomorrow. There might be a little bit more snow, and as well as Saturday. But it shouldn't be too bad.
I'm very jealous. It did rain a little bit last night. It woke me up at like 3 a.m. I was like, oh, I love rain.
Does it rain often in Phoenix?
I mean, just think about that question.
Well, okay, I don't know.
Does it rain often in the middle of the desert? No, it does not.
Okay.
I think that our like record rainfall for a year is like 1.5 inches.
I just know that like Southern California is in a drought, and that's the meme where it never rains. So I don't know. I didn't really extend that towards Phoenix for some reason.
Yeah, like it's not crazy. We do get, I think realistically, I think we get somewhere around like, I want to say 6 to 8 inches of rain a year. But the thing is those are all very, very like contained storms usually. Like we just get 1 to 6 really bad storms a year.
I see.
Where we'll get like 3 inches of rain in an hour and everything breaks and the whole city shuts down and people die and it's crazy. And then we don't get rain again for another 3 months.
I mean, when you come move to the Pacific Northwest, you'll get like 6 inches of rain every single day.
I'm so excited. I am so excited. Actually, the rain itself, like I do like rain a lot. But it is kind of inconvenient, you know? Like you do have to have an umbrella or just stay inside, which is what I do. It smells really good. But the big thing I'm excited about is overcast. I just want it to be overcast more often. I hate the sun and everything to do with the sun. So I'm very much so looking forward to whenever I move. I am moving to a state that gets much, much more cloud coverage. Because it's so nice. It's like you're always wearing sunglasses. You go outside and it's this perfect level of brightness, this like diffuse brightness of everything. And it's so nice.
Well, Washington State is like always overcast.
Oh, I'm so jealous. So yeah, when I move up there and we can live in houses next to each other, we can enjoy the overcast weather together.
I like the overcast, but I don't mind the sun either. My girlfriend's super into the sun. She wants to move back to California.
Ugh, California, but there's earthquakes there, so just saying. All right, getting on to business here. What do we have here? I see a finance club.
Right. I was gonna ask you. Like how comfortable you are with talking about finances.
I'm very comfortable. I'm just not good at. I don't give good advice.
Well, it's not about advice.
I'm very upfront about my financial situation because I think that it really helps to know that other people are in shitty financial situations like all the time, and that like the only thing that happens is maybe your pride gets a little bit wounded, but it really shouldn't. Like you shouldn't be that proud of like your financial situation anyways. Mm-hmm. And if nobody talks about it, then we just as a collective lose a lot of information on how to not be good about financial stuff. Mm-hmm. Or like common pitfalls, right? Like I very often said, oh man, like having 2 cars that are like new cars that I'm paying on is like a huge chunk of all of my income goes to just paying off cars. Mm-hmm. So I pay about $700 a month just to keep my cars in my name. Right. So like if I don't say that, then other people might think, oh, I should go and spend a ton of money on a new car without having ever heard like a negative about it. So that's kind of why I'm always very open about my financial stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of people with like tens of thousands of dollars in credit card debt somehow. I don't even know how you get that bad of credit card debt.
Yeah, I like $10,000 in credit card debt. So thanks.
Bro, it is such a slippery slope. You got to be careful with that.
It is
shit.
though. But like the thing is I don't feel bad about it because it was like we were using our credit cards to buy food,
right?
To eat. So,
right.
But like think about it this way: if you had to buy groceries on a credit card for a whole year, that right away is like around $2,000 of credit card debt.
I've just been really into personal finance recently, and I'm still not comfortable talking about like specific dollar amounts, like how much I have and all that. But I do like to talk about the generalness of it, like where you should allocate your money. And I was learning about things like stocks and IRAs and stuff like that. And
that's always an interesting thing.
It was all really interesting, and I was thinking that having like a finance club or something on the server would be cool for people to join. And if they want to like learn how to budget, they can learn how to budget, or how to spend their money or make more money or something like that.
Yeah, it might be nice. I mean, there are definitely some times where I've been. So there's that like personal finance subreddit. I don't know if you've been to that one.
I frequented that a couple times recently,
which has a lot of really good advice that they give out. The one thing I do say though is I did always wish that there was a place where I could just ask like a quick, like easy question of like, hey, like I have these two options in front of me. Which one of these makes more sense? That might be interesting. I would be interested to see how many people would be willing to talk about finances, because I do feel like I am the exception in how open I am about it. And I try and like, I feel like if I'm more open about it, maybe more people will be willing to be open about it. But I think it'd be interesting to see how many people are willing to talk about finances in that way, especially with how popular the Gacha Club is.
Okay, Gacha Club will fuel the finance club. How do I budget?
How do I budget my gacha habits?
I want to spend less on food and more on waifus.
What is the minimum amount of calories that I need to intake? It's like the combination of, finance, fitness, and gacha. I need the cheapest amount of the highest protein food so I can keep spending money on gacha.
I saw yesterday you were sitting in Voice and you were playing RuneScape for like 3 hours straight.
Yes, I have been playing RuneScape again. It's funny because I literally canceled my membership like 2 weeks ago, and when I canceled my membership, I was like, man, I should play this more often because it gives you like the last half of your membership like for free because like you already paid for it. I started playing it again. This is so much fun, like I'm having so much fun here. So I'm probably going to redo my membership here again. It's nice. It's like one of the reason I like it is because it's a game I can play and still like chat. Like I was, talking in Discord the entirety of the time, both in voice and in text channels. And I wasn't even losing that much efficiency because it's kind of just like a more AFK game.
I never got super into RuneScape, but when I did play, it was really rewarding just watching your little tiny skill levels go up.
It's so addicting, yeah. After like 2 hours, when you're at that 75% done, you're like, oh, it's right there. It feels so satisfying until you finally get to that like peak and you get that level up and you're like, oh, that felt really good.
And then you do it again.
And then you just do it again.
I didn't play a lot as a kid. I just remember like stabbing a bunch of cows and chopping down trees and making a line of fire pits across the road. And I think that's all I did.
That's all most people do. I mean, that is a significant portion of the game.
It's fun though. That's cool. I'm glad people still play it.
Now that they've kind of reinvented the game back to where it was and invested the time, and they've even added more features to this game that weren't in the original old school version of the game. All of us have come back and started playing it again. It's an interesting kind of cultural phenomenon. I heard WoW is going to do it too soon. I don't know how true this is because I don't like follow WoW very often. But from what I remember, they're doing like an old school WoW as well.
I think they have like the classic servers that they're going to reintroduce, and it's just vanilla WoW. I'm not sure if that's including the first expansion or if it's no expansions at all. I'm pretty sure chat's going to tell me, so it's okay.
I think that it's no expansions. Could be wrong though. I think which I think is how they should do it. I think that doing it no expansions and then add in an expansion if people want.
I was gonna say that RuneScape was really popular when it first started, and a lot of people played it. And then right afterwards, everyone started hating on it, calling you like a huge nerd if you played it. but now it's just super popular again. And I think it is the same
I've
crowd.
just always been a nerd, so I'm happy it's popular again, though. I'm just happy when like any game is popular. I just like popular things. Like, I think the cultural phenomenon that we can all kind of get together and enjoy things together is a really cool thing. So,
Wow, that's really progressive of you.
thanks. Yeah, like I always see like people hating on like really popular games, and I just don't get that. It's like it's popular because people enjoy playing games together. Like, even if it's a bad game, the fact that it's popular makes people want to play it and gives people a non-zero amount of enjoyment playing a game that other people are enjoying as well.
Mm-hmm. Especially MMOs, because you get to play with so many people.
Yeah, especially multiplayer games where the only reason it is fun is because other people are playing it. Like, yeah, it's great that those games are popular. That's there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I really do like MMOs. They're just such a huge time sink. And Ron mentioned the Final Fantasy MMO, I think 14, and I played that for a bit, and it was actually really fun.
It was really fun. I played it with Ron a lot. Ron's the one. That's a dig directly at me because I played a lot with Ron, and then
then you
dropped off.
stopped.
My computer broke. Well, okay, no, it's not my fault though. My computer, for some reason, doesn't play Final Fantasy very well.
Is it a driver issue?
I don't know. I've updated all of my drivers.
That does remind me though, like, it was like a year ago, but Evan was having troubles with his PC. He had a super high-end PC. It was like, at the time, I think he had like I don't remember what graphics card exactly. He had a graphics card better than mine, and he was playing games at like 40 FPS and frame skips and everything, and he could not figure out what the problem is. But I don't know. I don't know if he ever fixed it, or if he just bought an entire new PC or what. We can ask him about it. We'll throw it in follow-up next episode.
We'll throw it up a follow-up. He probably just bought a new computer, knowing Evan.
Yeah, I would not doubt that. That also reminds me, do you remember AX at the commune, like the place we all stayed at? KOTOR had his little laptop there.
With like, yeah, like the office clip holding the hinge together.
His laptop.
Like the motherboard poking out.
It was literally an exposed motherboard, and I think the screen was falling off. And he just like literally put that like those black like alligator clips, whatever the fuck they're called, on the laptop to hold it together. It was so funny.
It was so bad.
We have to get a picture of that.
Yeah, we have to get a picture of it. I think he actually I think Snek sent him a laptop.
No way. Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that because I brought this up. I was giving KOTOR a hard time about it, and he's like, "Oh, I don't even have that computer anymore." So I asked where he got it from, and I think Snek had an extra, like, really old laptop, but it was in a single piece and worked. And so Snek sent him that laptop.
Solid Snek, right?
No, Snek.
Oh, okay. That was what I say, like, sent him a laptop from India. But, okay, that actually makes a lot more sense. Snek, where does he live now? Somewhere in, like, the middle of the U.S.
Yeah,
that makes
middle
a lot
of
more
nowhere.
sense. And he makes big boy money now. I think he's, like, a nuclear engineer, so he can just send people laptops, no problem.
Yeah, no problem. Although I don't think that would be a recommended behavior in Finance Club.
Arkansas is where he lives. Thank you, Foxy.
Little Rock, Arkansas. Oh, that is just disgusting. I just don't get how anybody lives really anywhere in the middle of the United States.
If you're not on a
Like,
coast...
live on one of the coasts. You're just not important.
Samuel, you live in the middle of the United States.
Listen, Arizona is like close enough to California that we kind of inherit some of the like cool things.
Like the drought?
Like the drought. Yes, the lack of rain. We actually are in less of a drought than them, though, because we have the Colorado River that runs through. So we just use all of our water from that. But no, like, it is interesting. So Arizona actually has a lot of cultural similarities between California and Arizona. Like, Arizona is culturally the closest state to California. Like, if you ever go on any of those websites where they say, oh, what kind of phrases do you say? It's like, what do you call soda, right?
I call it soda.
Like, we call it soda or cola, or there's like soda pop.
I don't call it cola or pop. I just call it soda.
I call it soda too. But that's the thing. So in all of those maps, Arizona and California almost always have the exact same response.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's get started on what we were actually going to talk about this episode.
Okay.
So on the podcast, we're going to have some guests, and we're also going to have some episodes dedicated to like we're going to watch something and then have an episode later about us talking about that thing. So obviously there's going to be spoilers. And I guess you wrote here movies versus shows. Didn't we both agree that movies are probably going to be better than shows just because they're like a shorter commitment and have a lot more content?
Okay, this is where it is. This is where I was going to say. I probably just didn't phrase that very well. I was going to say we could talk about like what we enjoy about movies versus shows. Like the actual like abstract notion of a movie versus a show.
Oh, is that what you meant?
That's kind of what I meant, yeah. Like, because I was thinking like, okay, because originally all we had here for episode 2 is Liz and the Bluebird.
Which I haven't watched yet, sorry. I failed my homework.
I didn't stream it either, to be fair. So I think everyone failed their homework because the teacher just didn't actually pass out the homework. But so I was just trying to add other things that we could talk about in like a movie type, if we we're just going to talk about, movies or media of anime in general. So I was thinking that we could just talk about like some of these kinds of things. We could talk about that. We could talk about it later. We could do whatever. I don't really care.
Everyone wants to talk about Soh-dah.
I mean, we can talk about Soh-dah. I don't get why anyone calls it pop. I think pop is just the worst word to call it. So if you call it that, just know that you're wrong. Soda's the best one, I think, because it's more of the general term. Some people say cola, but cola is a very specific type of soda.
Right.
So I don't think that obviously can't be the right one. Right.
Like, I'd never call Mountain Dew cola. That just doesn't make sense to me.
No, that doesn't make any sense, because Mountain Dew isn't a cola.
I don't know why people call it pop. Like, soda doesn't even make a pop sound. Is it because of, like, when you take the tab off? It's more of like a fizz sound afterwards, isn't it?
I mean, that's kind of pop, I guess, though.
It's like a click.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like a click.
I don't drink soda anymore, so I don't know why I'm commenting.
It's interesting that you call it soda because everyone in the Pacific Northwest and Alaska calls it pop, according to this map.
No, I disagree because I live in the Pacific Northwest and every single person I talk to calls it soda. I think that map is just outdated or just flat out wrong.
Just flat out wrong. Joshua Katz from the Department of Statistics of North Carolina State University is wrong.
Well, North Carolina isn't a real state, so.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Is it accurate for your area? I guess so, because it says soda.
Yeah, it says Soh-dah. But yeah, so that's where it breaks down. And there's actually 2 different maps I was looking at, and both of them actually say that you should be saying pop.
Sorry, I've been doing it wrong. I apologize, everybody in Washington.
You've been letting the state down. Some people call it Pepsi too. Like, I don't get that. I don't get that. There's actually a word for it, and I always forget what it is. But when you call a domestic product by its commercial name, like Kleenex. Kleenex is a brand of tissue paper.
Right. Okay, I see what you mean.
Like, that's frustrating. Like Chapstick. Chapstick's another one.
It's a brand, yeah.
Like, it's a lip balm, and Chapstick makes a lip balm.
I do like the ones where the generic name is the brand name. So, like a dumpster.
Okay.
A dumpster is actually a brand. Yeah, it's actually named after the people who made dumpsters.
Really?
As far as I know. I think their last name was Dempster.
Dempster?
Mm-hmm. There's probably more. I don't know where I would go to find this. Somewhere on Wikipedia. My Wikipedia guru is off, though, so someone else will have to find it.
Your Wikipedia guru is off? Who's your Wikipedia guru?
Or, wait, what is it? Oh, it's like Wikipedia foo. You know, like Google foo when you know how to Google something properly? I don't know. I don't know how to Wikipedia something properly to find the appropriate list.
Wikipedia is a lot worse than Google because you have to know the word that you're searching for.
Mm-hmm.
Because often they don't have a very good linkage between slang and the actual word.
Oh, wow. There's a lot of these.
I was going to say, I just found one. List of generic and generic-sized trademarks. Here you go. This is it. This is all of them.
Tyler posted one already.
Well, I posted a Wikipedia one.
Oh, so you were closer to the mark that I asked for. These look like the same exact list. Just one of them is on Wikipedia.
Escalator? I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of these I didn't know. But that's pretty cool.
Heroin? I didn't know heroin. That's crazy. It makes sense, though, because it's opium, isn't it? Huh. It's crazy because I know all of these. Like, when I see it, I'm like, oh, I do know that has... I do know the actual brand name.
Language is weird.
Some of these I think are really funny, though. Cigarette boat. Never heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
Frisbee. It's a flying disc. That's so much less fun to say, though.
You want to go play some flying disc golf?
You want to go play some flying disc golf?
Actually, at my old town I used to live in, there was a frisbee golf course in the woods, which was pretty cool.
That'd be awesome.
I never played.
I've played once or twice.
I'm awful at all sports.
I'm bad at them. But I played a lot. My older brother's into all of those like weird hipster sports.
Oh, like frisbee golf.
Like frisbee golf, or like we played wiffle ball, like an actual game of wiffle ball.
I've heard the name, and I feel like I've played before in like team sports in high school, but I have no idea what wiffle ball is.
It's the one where it's baseball, but you have a plastic bat and a plastic ball that's full of holes.
Uh-huh.
So it has like a maximum speed that it can go, but it also doesn't fly in a straight line because of all the holes. So it's constantly zipping around and like spinning around, and it's hard to catch and stuff.
But the rules are just similar to baseball.
The rules are it's exactly baseball.
I see.
It's like the same thing as like field hockey. You know, like field hockey is basically hockey just with a ball.
Right.
I don't know. I haven't played much field hockey. That was the only kind of hockey we did play though, because we live in Arizona, so there's no ice.
You never played this field? Are you talking about field hockey like on the street with rollerblades, or in like a field?
No,
with,
like
soccer
field
posts?
with like soccer posts, and like you run around. You don't really want to play with rollerblades here, because if you fall on the concrete, you like catch on fire.
Oh wow, is it really that hot?
I mean, yeah. The concrete. So like, there's like this whole thing about how you're not supposed to walk your dog in Arizona.
Oh
during
wow.
the summer, because like their paws will literally like blister and get 2nd-degree burns from the concrete.
Fucking yikes, dude. What if you have little like doggy pads for their little doggy feet?
Yeah, you can do. Yeah. You can do that. Like the little like the shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And then you always see like the gifs on Reddit of the dogs like all like freaking out about their shoe being on. Yeah, you can cook eggs on the sidewalk. That is true. So I will say that that's kind of like you can't actually do it on the sidewalk.
Wow, you fucking liar.
Unfortunately. That's like a myth. I know. What you can do though is you can take a cast iron pan and leave it out in the sun all day and cook an egg on that. Because it's black, so it absorbs more of the heat.
Oh, you mean like directly on the sidewalk you can't cook an egg, but using
like directly on the sidewalk you
a pan you can.
Yes. Specifically cast iron. It has to be like a black pan.
Okay, what if you had like an all black car and left it in the sun all day? Could you bake cookies in the windshield?
I think so, but they'd be slow baked cookies, so they'd taste funny.
That's worth it.
I want to say that I've seen someone on Facebook like say they did it and that it was really gross. Because like you're cooking it at such a lower temperature, but for a much longer time.
Right.
It would make your car smell very good though. I don't know much about cooking either. So I'm not going to pretend like I do. I am just terrible at cooking. I know how to cook like 5 dishes, and that's about it.
What are the dishes you can cook?
They're all like, I mean, I can tell you. Curry and rice.
That's good.
Teriyaki chicken and rice.
That's good.
Stir fry and rice.
These are all the same thing.
I think you're noticing the trend here.
It's just meat plus maybe veggies plus rice.
I can also cook tacos.
Oh, that's different. With rice? Huh?
I mean, I could, but you wouldn't want to. Because I only know how to cook Asian rice, like sticky rice. I don't know how to make like regular European white rice. I can do spaghetti and meat.
Spaghetti's pretty good. Most pastas are rather simple to cook, I think.
Eggs and bacon. Oh, that's right. I can cook eggs and bacon. I cooked a bomb eggs and bacon for Alex and Evan when they were last.
So, like last year or so, I forgot exactly when, I actually streamed on Twitch me making a grilled cheese. Do you remember that? Were you here?
I do remember that. I actually do remember this.
And one of my real life friends found it and watched it, and so he just typed in chat, "A special somebody taught me how to make a grilled cheese." So now we all know. You got to use mayo. The secret ingredient is mayo. Okay.
Mayo on grilled cheese? How do you do this? Because that doesn't sound very good.
I am so disappointed that you didn't watch my video.
I just don't remember. I remember watching the video and thinking it was funny that you were streaming yourself making grilled cheese. I just don't remember the actual ingredients.
You put butter on the pan and like grill both sides of the bread a little bit, warm them up.
Okay, obviously.
And then when they're a little warmed up, you put mayo on the other side and flip them over so it's mayo side down and the buttered warm side is up. And then you put cheese on it to melt the cheese on the warm bread. And then you put them together, bro. Come on.
Damn. That sounds really good.
Thank you. I'll make you a grilled cheese.
Will you? Oh, I'm very excited about this.
Isn't that cute? If you want cooking lessons, you can always ask Henry. I'm sure he knows how to make a mean scrambled egg.
I feel like Henry has streamed himself making just terrible food quite a few times. Because he did that one time where he streamed himself making rice. It was the most boring stream because rice doesn't cook. So he just filled it up and streamed himself walking around for 30 minutes.
I don't remember if he streamed the scrambled eggs. I just remember the aftermath. It was literally a pan of just caked eggs. Yeah, he didn't use any butter or oil for it. Oh, so good. We need more cooking streams, I think. Cooking clubs has got to get on that cooking stream business.
Cooking club does need to get on that. I would be so happy if we just had members of the server constantly streaming their lives.
I know. I'd
be like so happy with this. I would watch them all the time.
If I had time, I'd watch them, yeah.
I think the worst cooking mistake I ever made was, I want to say one time I was trying to cook a frozen like pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Like a Red Baron or a DiGiorno's or whatever. And I put it in the oven upside down without realizing.
Oh my god.
And so the oven was on, and then all of the cheese melted and dripped down onto the heating element at the bottom and proceeded to catch on fire.
Yeah, I was going to ask if it caught on fire.
Yeah. And so the house was just completely filled up with smoke, and it was just terrible.
There's only two sides to a pizza.
Yep, and the wrong side went down.
Wow.
Well, it's because, like, it's frozen, right? So you don't... I don't know how it happened. I actually don't remember how it happened. This is back when I was living with my parents, and they came home and they were just like, what in the world is going on? I was just like, I don't even know. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's right. It's a 50-50 chance. Anybody could make the mistake. When you put a pizza in the oven, there is equal chances of you putting it in on either side.
Yeah, you either put it in right or wrong.
You either put it in right or wrong. It's 50-50 chance. It's just everyone else is really lucky. Cooking's hard, though. I mean, it's like... That's probably the hardest part of moving out of your like parents' house is figuring out how to cook.
It's just following the instructions, bro.
I know it's just following. I mean, when you say it like that, yeah, of course. Yeah, I was just following the instructions, bro.
You either follow them right or you follow them wrong. It's a 50-50 chance.
I would like to get better at cooking. What I really want is a sous vide, because I feel like that's what the big brain people use to cook
I don't know
food.
what that is.
Oh, you don't? Okay, so a sous vide is this... Basically, it's like a heat stick. Like a really accurate heat stick. So you take a pan and you fill it up with water. And you put this heat stick in it. And it heats the water to exactly the temperature you tell it to.
Oh, that's interesting.
So you can heat it to like... So let's say, steak. Healthy steak is 140 degrees Fahrenheit. So you can... heat up the water to exactly 140 degrees Fahrenheit, and then you leave the steak in it for like an hour and a half, and it brings the entirety of the steak to a 100% even 140 degrees.
Wow, that's cool.
So it's like cooked perfectly. And then you can take it out, and you can then you can like sear it on the pan. So you have it's called a reverse searing. So you cook it, and then you just like toss it on a super, super hot frying pan for like 30 seconds on each side to get that sear, and you have basically a perfectly cooked medium rare steak.
That's cool. I never heard of those before. I really wanted to get like a wok so I could do some wok cooking.
I had a wok. The problem is that I only have, here in Arizona at least, just about 90% of all ovens are electric ovens. So you don't have flames, so your wok doesn't work the way it's supposed to.
I see. Because when I worked at Hagen, the grocery store next to my house, I worked in like the Chinese food place, and I would cook on a wok all the time. It's actually pretty fun.
Yeah, and it's really easy to stir fry things. It's so much easier to stir fry things in a wok. But you have to have that flame element that heats up all the way up the sides of the wok rather than just the bottom of the wok.
Yeah, I think gas ovens are cooler anyway. Or gas stoves, I mean, are cooler anyway.
I mean, they are. They do definitely bring back in that non-zero chance that you die of carbon monoxide poisoning. So... I know that's completely unrealistic, but I think about that every time I think about gas stoves. I just think this is a death trap waiting to happen.
You can always get like a carbon monoxide sensor so you don't kill yourself.
You could do that. What I actually want to do is get have you ever seen that YouTube channel Binging with Babish?
I have not.
You haven't? Okay. So basically this channel is just this guy that cooks a bunch of like movie meals, like the porridge for Mulan.
Okay.
So he like cooks it and like goes through how to cook it and stuff. But he has this thing which is basically a gas stove, but it's a portable gas stove that you can put on your countertop. And you just buy the gas in like basically like a CO2 tank.
I think I've seen
And you
those.
can keep the gas separate and then so then you can have an electric stove, but you can use this gas thing with like a wok and it would work correctly.
Actually, I think my mom owns one of those because we went camping once a few years ago, and I think she whipped that out to cook some breakfast.
Alex posted in the Twitch chat. He's done the Krabby Patty and a Bob's Burger. And he also did Ratatouille, so he made that thing from Ratatouille at the end.
Wasn't
Ratatouille?
Ratatouille is already a dish.
Yeah, I just realized that as I was saying.
Cook the ratatouille. That is cool, though. It's a very interesting concept for a channel.
Yeah, and he has a very, very smooky silver voice that just is soothing to listen to.
God, I wish that were me.
Same.
I think we should finish up because we don't have any time to talk about what we actually had on the list.
No, we don't. I think that this is just going to be another one of us just casually rambling on without actually figuring out what we're going to talk about. We did talk about Finance Club. That was on the list.
You know what? We did. And right after this podcast, I think I'm going to open that up. That was a good discussion. I think it would be pretty interesting.
That sounds like a plan.
Sweet. I actually forgot about that, so thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I wonder if weekly recording is like too frequent, or maybe we should do weekly for now, and then after we get a good amount of episodes in, we can switch to maybe fortnightly.
I don't even know what that is. What is fortnightly?
Every 2 weeks. I didn't want to say bi-weekly. Every single time I've said bi-weekly, someone's like, is that twice a week or every 2 weeks? Like, they're funny.
Ugh.
So it is technically fortnightly, which is every 2 weeks.
Fortnightly.
Yeah, fortnight is 2 weeks.
We're a fortnightly recurring podcast.
Okay, listen, everybody says bi-weekly, but anytime somebody says bi-weekly, they give you shit, okay? So, whatever, man.
All right, I'm okay with that, though. I think that's a good plan. Like, you know, if we start running out of topics to talk about, slow down a bit. That's okay.
All right, I'll talk to you another time then, Samuel.
Okay. Bye, Reming.
What'd you say? Remming?
Reming. Well, I was going to say Remington, and then, like, I thought you already left because I heard a boop in my Discord, so I was like, oh. But apparently you haven't left. So goodbye, Remington.
Bye, buddy.
We're under no strict contract. This is just us having fun with each other. So
That sounds a little lewd. Someone's going to clip that out.
that does sound a little lewd.